Let's go into our preferences. This is for the machine, so do I want to be notified if I have an issue with my thread? This is enabled. So if my thread breaks on the top of the machine, I will get a message. When my bobbin is getting low, it's going to give me a message, or if I have a problem with my bobbin, say it's become unthreaded or out of the thread guides, it's going to tell me. So my notifications are enabled. This is my sound. Of course, it's on the very lowest sound. My threads are enabled, so I could actually have it at the highest one when I want, or I can just disable all sounds. This is for my BSR foot. You may want the sounds on that or not. Okay. Now here are the settings for the entire machine. I can change from whatever language I want. Now here is the brightness of the lights in my machine. Slider bars, and as I go this way, my lights are only at 50%. So depending on some type of fabrics you may be using, you may want a dimmer light to see markings on it. Again, as I have the yellow around it, I just tap it and it goes back to the restore. And this is making my display dimmer. So this is telling me what version of my hardware I'm on. So this is version 39.00.08. Also tells you the number of cut stitches, which is very important. Number of stitches, and since the last maintenance, and the serial number. So this is the kind of information that your sewing machine dealer would need when you bring it in for servicing. If you ever need to send logs, you're having an issue with your machine and the sewing machine vendor or Bernina wants to have a log of your machine, so that would be a output report of the workings of your machine. You would stick a USB stick into the port here and log, and it would write it out to that USB stick. Here's where we can have email addresses, phone numbers, and the website. Could be of the place I purchased it from. You can enter that information so you have everything handy. Let's take a look at this one now. Here I would be deleting any motifs that I have actually stored on my embroidery machine. You would ask me, do I want to delete them? I would say yes. And here we go. Here's where we're restoring factory defaults. Any changes or any configurations that I've made, do I want to delete them? Yes. So maybe you want to start again. You want to start from factory defaults. Here's where you're going to do it. This is for sewing. This is for my embroidery. And this is the machine. I would restore everything to factory defaults. So you may be selling your machine, you might be gifting it to someone, and you just want to restore everything to the way you purchased it. And the last one is a wrench. So let's take a look at this screen. This one here is for my buttonhole calibration. And in this case, you would have to actually have the buttonhole foot on here to calibrate it. The next one is to update. I strongly encourage you to always check to see if there's any new firmware published by Bernina to update your machine. And this tells you what your current version is, as we saw on the screen. Now, if you are on Bernina.com or Bernina.ca and there is a new firmware, you would download it to a USB stick, place it into your machine, and then do an update. So we're going from USB stick to the machine. That's how you would update the firmware on your machine. This one is for cleaning the thread catcher, and this comes up from time to time. So if you're using your auto cutter, you will get some very small pieces of thread in your throat plate of your machine. It will come up and tell you when to clean it, and this procedure here is going to tell you what to do. And the first thing is we need to move the thread catcher out. You will actually click on this link. Your throat plate is off. Click on the link. Take out any thread that needs to be removed. And then we move the thread catcher back in. Put your plate on and you're ready to go. Oiling. Now we'll actually have a video here of where to oil your machine. Depending on the climate you live in, you may have to oil more often. We live in a very dry climate here, and I find that in the winter months, I need to oil my machine more frequently than I do in the summer months. Always use the best quality oil, which is the oil that comes with your Bernina. And your Bernina dealer can provide you with additional oil when you run out. And this icon is for packing or preparing your module for embroidery to move. It'll actually put it in the proper position for moving it. And we've gone through all of the settings. Now I'm going to hit the home button